Hello family, welcome to another edition of Tamasha the Voluptuous Veganista. It is really early, well not really early, but it's about noon. Anyway, I wanted to make a sausage for you guys, a breakfast sausage, mainly because I want one with a slice of vegan cheese on some toast. I usually don't eat breakfast, but I know some of you do, so I'm gonna make this totally seitan free, tofu free. Well, it does have some soy sauce, but you can substitute that with coconut aminos to make it a totally soy free version. But it doesn't have any tofu in it, and it doesn't have any seitan in it. It's super easy to make. It's rice and oats is the base. And so we're going to get started in just a sec. But before I do that, I want to encourage you to jump over to www.betheevolution.org and visit Kevin Wesley, my brother from another mother. There you will find some amazing information, some hot music, and some cool gear. So I want you to check that out. Also, I want to encourage you to go to my site, which is www.tamagination.com, and I make all natural hair, bath, and body products, facial cleansers, etc., and as well as some vegan options like for snacks and SeaMoss Gel, elderberry syrup, Soursop leaves, that kind of thing, and homemade granola. So you can go over to those sites. I will link both of them in the description box. But today we are going to go ahead and make the sausage. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching before we get started, and encourage you to, if this video helps you in some way, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. Without you, there would be no me, and this channel totally depends on you. I appreciate you all, and I love you very much. And with all of that being said, we're gonna get started. All right, so our ingredient list is as follows. We have, let's see, 2 cups of jasmine rice. You can use brown rice, you can use other types of rice. Sticky rice is best, which is why I chose jasmine rice, my favorite. I have 2 cups. You also can half this recipe. I am doing a large batch because I have a cousin coming in who is going to be staying with me for a couple of months to get her eating in order. And so I wanted to make some up to have in the freezer so that she can pop them in whenever she feels like she wants a vegan breakfast option. So in addition to the rice, I have a cup and a half of rolled oats, or old-fashioned oats, or quick cooking oats. Either one works. You just want oats. Then I have 2 tablespoons, or I'm sorry, no, before that, I have 4 tablespoons of all-purpose unbleached flour. You can use whole wheat flour if you would like. It is completely up to you. This recipe is bending and giving, and you can do basically any substitutions and it will still work. So I am using 4 tablespoons of all-purpose unbleached flour. Then I have 2 tablespoons of ground flax seeds in my bowl here. I have 6 tablespoons of spring water right here. I have 2 teaspoons of maple syrup right here. You can also use molasses if you would prefer. I'm using maple syrup today. I have 4 tablespoons of canola oil 2 tablespoons in this bowl and 2 tablespoons in this bowl because it is divided how you use the canola oil. I also have 4 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. You know, that's one of my favorite seasonings. It's going to give it a earthy, cheesy type feel to it, which goes in the sausage quite well. I also have 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can use tamari, as I mentioned before. You can use coconut aminos for a totally soy-free experience, but we are using 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. You can also do low sodium soy sauce if you would prefer. I have 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. You can use more if you would like. I am not a real spicy type girl, so I'm using 1/2 teaspoon. I also have 2 teaspoons of black pepper right here, ground black pepper. I have 3 teaspoons of ground sage right here. I also have on my plate, because I ran out of bowls, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and 1/2 teaspoon of fennel seeds. The fennel seeds are optional. If you do not want them in there, you don't have to have them in there. So that's my ingredient list, and what I'm going to do first is to take my flax seeds and my water, and I am going to just pour the water off in the flax seeds, give it a little whisk, and whisk that together, and I'm going to let it sit and thicken up, and I will be back once it is thick. Okay, family, I am back, and my egg mixture has thickened up considerably. I'll show you. So it kind of has the consistency of an actual egg. So what I'm going to do, I have my food processor here. I'll move you closer. There we go. So what I'm going to do is, to my food processor, I'm going to add my oats. And I am actually going to add my fennel seeds because I want to break them up. So I'm going to add my fennel seeds in there, leaving the nutmeg and the thyme on the plate. And I am just going to pulse this 6 or 7 times. You want the consistency to not be oat flour, but you just want it to break it up so that it gives your sausage a nice consistency. Okay, so you can see the consistency that I was going for, right? Now what I'm going to do is add my 2 cups of rice also into the food processor, and I'm going to then pulse it a couple more times. Okay. now you have like a rice oat, nice rice oat mix. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add all the rest of the stuff. So I'm going to add except for the other, the half of the canola oil. So I'm going to go ahead and add half of the canola oil. I'm going to add my nutritional yeast. I am going to add my soy sauce, my maple syrup, my sage, my black pepper, my red pepper flakes, my thyme and my nutmeg, and my flour. Okay, and I am going to mix this together, but I don't want to over mix it because I don't want it to get gummy. So so a ball started to form, and I'm just going to mix this around in my food processor. Give it a good little mix here by hand. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, now that I have the mix together, going to take a cookie sheet and prepare it with my parchment paper. Okay, and so now that I have my cookie sheet, what I'm going to do is take the mix. It's kind of sticky, but I want to just like roll it in a little ball. And what may help is you may want to put some of the canola oil on your hands first. And go ahead and roll into a little ball like so, and then press it into a patty. While I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and get my oven preheated I'm going to cook these on 400. Get that oven preheated and going. And finish rolling up my balls. And making the patties. And I will be back when I get all of this sheet prepared. Okay, I am back and I have all of my patties on my prepared baking sheet. My oven is at 400 and I am going to bake these in the oven for about 20 minutes. What I want is for them to firm up, dry up, but at the same time, not necessarily be cooked to obliteration, put it that way, because what I want to do afterwards is freeze them and then be able to cook them as like a brown and serve type situation. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven for 20 minutes on 400. Okay, family, I'm going to clean up my mess and I will be back. Okay, so I am back and my timer is going off. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off and take my sausages out of the oven. And this is what they look like. Okay, now what I realized after I had them in the oven is that I actually forgot to put the flaxseed eggs in there. Now, my rice was moist enough that I really didn't need the flaxseed eggs. These have held together nicely. If you use a drier rice, you will definitely want to add the flaxseed eggs, but as of now, we're going to say that is an optional ingredient depending on how thick and gooey or dry your mix is. So what I have going on now is I have a skillet with the remainder of the canola oil in it, heating up on medium to low heat. Let's go over there. And see if we can get some stability here. Okay, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do, like I said, I have the oil heating up here. And it is on medium low, which is between 4 and 5, closer to 4 for me on my electric stove. So what I'm going to do, now ordinarily I would freeze these and then go ahead, I let them cool off completely and then freeze them, and when I get ready to use them, just go ahead and take a couple out and put them in a skillet with some canola oil like this. But I am going to go ahead and do 1 or 2 for you now. My oil wasn't quite hot enough, but that's okay. And we'll go ahead and fry these up until they get nice and golden brown on both sides. So I just turned the heat up to about 5, and once these start to go, I will be back. Okay, I am back, and these are sizzling pretty good now. So I'm going to go ahead and flip them. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Okay, and I'll let these go for about a minute or two on this side so they get that nice golden brown consistency. That these look like sausage, they smell like sausage. I tasted the mix, it tastes like sausage. So this may be good enough for your meat eater friends. If you play with the seasonings how you like it, and tweak it, you have something really amazing here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my bread ready. This is not a pretty meal per se. It is just a tutorial on how to do the sausage. So I'm not going to bother to plate up and do all of that. But I just wanted you guys to see that you have your patties suitable for freezing once they cool off. And then this is how you would prepare the frozen patties. Just until they're warm through and have a golden brown color. Just like your average ordinary brown and serve sausage. Okay, these look done. And go ahead and put these on a paper towel. Okay, and so there you have it, brown and serve sausages. Vegan, rice and oats. No seitan, no tofu. Okay? All right, family. That concludes this tutorial and this edition of Tamasha the Voluptuous Veganista. I want to again say thank you all so much for joining me on this vegan journey. If this video has helped you in some way, then by all means, please like it, subscribe to the channel, and share. Make sure that you stop on over at bthevolution.org and visit Kevin Wesley, where you will find awesome, inspiring messages, cool music, fire gear, and just a soft space to land. And also, if you'd like to try some of my natural homemade bath, body, and hair products, as well as some vegan treats and nutritional supplements, then stop on over at www.tamagination.com. You will find my store there. And again, I love you all so much. And until next time, guys, happy cooking and happy eating, family. Peace.